welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariah and today I'm going to reflect on whatever 2020 was. Honestly, I'm just happy that we are in the new year. Even though it's only 2 days in, I have hope that this year will not pan out the exact same way 2020 had panned out. But before I get into my reflecting, I just have to say I hope you had an amazing Christmas and a wonderful New Year celebration if you were able to celebrate. And another thing I have to say is that I started an Instagram account for this channel. The name is arayray.yt. On that Instagram account, I post whether it be thumbnails as notifications to let you guys know when I have posts, just in case you forget. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, because then you won't forget. But I post that. I may let you know if I have to change the schedule or anything, so you kind of get slightly prior notice before anybody else on YouTube will find out. But let me just get into the video. I have prompted questions on my phone, so if you see me looking at them, that is what I'm doing. So the first question is, where were you this time last year? Or what were you doing? So this time last year, I was preparing for my biomechanics exam. It was in a couple of days. Well, it would have been in a couple of days' time. I was stressed because of it, because you know, when you have like an exam right after the Christmas holidays or any holiday, you kind of feel like you not really allowed to relax during the holiday. You feel slightly bad when you're not revising. So I was stressed because of that, but I was also counting down the days to my trip to Prague. So that's what I was doing this time last year. The top 5 highlights of 2020. So my obvious highlight has to be the fact that I graduated. I got my 2-1. I was very happy about that. I worked very hard in my final year. I'm not saying I didn't work hard throughout my degree, but I worked very hard in my final year, especially to ensure that I got that 2-1. So I'm very proud of myself for that. My next one has to be the fact that my grandfather turned 90. Not everybody turns 90, so it's definitely an achievement that needs to be highlighted. Another thing of mine is that I did an essay on dance movement therapy and Parkinson's. That essay, I got a first on it. I was just very, very happy with how well I structured it and how much basically depth I went into. I worked very hard on it, so to see such a high grade, it made me feel like, yeah, no, the work has paid off, and I was just very happy about it. And psychology was one of my favorite modules, so that's one of those there. And another one I would say is starting a YouTube channel. That definitely has to be one up there. I've been meaning to start a YouTube channel for years, but I've just never gotten around to it. And the fact that I finally had the courage last year to do it, that has to be a highlight right there. And another thing is, well, the last one is the growth of relationships. My friendships grew, my relationship grew. It was just all around great in that sense. Describe the year in 3 words. The 3 words I would use to describe 2020 would be challenging, insightful, and draining. Challenging because, for the obvious reasons, it meant that there was a lot of ups and downs, and it was a struggle for everybody, going from you're allowed out, you're not allowed out, no, you can do this but you can't do that, you know what I mean? It was just really organized. Insightful, I would say, because I learned a lot about myself, I learned a lot about others, and I learned a lot about the planet as well. And draining, for the obvious reasons. It's just draining because, like I said, I felt like there was always something. There was no let up with 2020. If there wasn't someone passing away, it was, oh, the coronavirus did this, or, you know what I mean? It was just a lot. That's how I felt personally. If you could go back to the start of 2020, what would you have told yourself? If I could go back to the start of 2020, I would probably tell myself, book a holiday before March. Even though you probably won't have the time, do it, because you will regret it if you do not, because you will not be able to go anywhere that summer. I'd tell myself that, and I'd also tell myself that you're entitled to a break. Don't burn out, like, don't overwork yourself. I know you want to get your goal of getting the 2-1, but don't overdo it, because, you know, you don't want to be so close and then burn out. That's what I tell myself. And the last thing is, obviously, my goals for 2021. So my goals for 2021 is growth in general. That's just my overall growth, whether that be personal, academic, or YouTube growth. So personally, I want like little things like hair growth, to travel more. Obviously, it depends on the circumstances of whatever's happening with the whole Mrs. Rona situation. But I want those little things as personal growth. Academic growth in terms I want to grow my knowledge. I just want to learn more, basically. And YouTube growth, I don't have like a specific number in terms of I want this many views or I want that many subscribers. I'm just like, I want to grow in terms of, I don't want to just stick to uni-based content. So far I've been doing mostly university-based, student-based kind of thing. I want to kind of dive into the lifestyle aspect of things. So whether that be like try on hauls, do this with me, do that with me kind of thing, or Q&As, whether you're interested in that at a later point. But yeah, those are little things I want to try and do on this channel and grow. But that was a very quick reflection on 2020. Be sure to like and subscribe. In the comment below, let me know whether, you know, how you felt 2020 went for you, basically. Give me your 3 words you would use to describe 2020 and what your main plan is for 2021. I'd be very interested to hear. Maybe it will inspire me.